Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So, in the last video, we were talking about the vital role of urban trees. We have just started the topic, and we were like going to explore more things about it. So, let's briefly revise what all we all saw, what all we went through. So basically, in urban areas, there are a lot of buildings. There are a lot of concrete that has been laid down in the above the soil. So in these situations, there is not very necessary. There is not very necessary attention towards the sustainability of it. We as a civilization are moving forward. We are making sure that we um, develop our technologies more further on, but at the same time we have to make sure that it doesn't cost our mental well-being. It doesn't cost rise in temperatures, purification of air and whatnot. To solve this problem as a civilization moving forward, and we have to make sure that it is sustainable, there is a solution towards it, making sure that we plant trees all around us. This is basically the introduction towards it. Let's move to the next slide. I'll briefly read this stuff that is on the slide, but let's get in that tone. Urban trees are vital component of a thriving sustainable city. Very nice. Greatly written, urban trees are vital component of thriving and sustainable city. Thriving means we are going forward as a civilization. Thriving, we are thriving. Thriving means we are making buildings, we are developing our technology, we are making big energy sources from which the energy comes, such as coal mine, such as we are exploiting coal reserves so that we can make electricity. We are making sure that we are making dams so that hydroelectricity can come towards us. But we should also make sure that these things are sustainable. Sustainable city is a part of thriving city. If we are thriving, we have to be sustainable or we are going towards our doom. They provide a wealth of benefits. So, the urban trees provide a wealth of benefits, from purifying the air to regulating temperatures and even supporting mental well being. Trees make sure that we have, from purifying the air, they purify the air, they make sure that they take the carbon dioxides and give away the oxygen. They make sure that they regulate temperatures. In a hot summer day, we would like to be below a shade of a tree. We'll explore the many advantages of urban trees and highlight successfully greening initiatives around the world that can serve as model for cities seeking to enhance their green spaces. So basically, in this slide, it is not about all the bad things. Also going to talk about good things. We are also going to talk about the possible solutions we are going to make of it. So this was the first slide. It's basically a light introduction of what we're gonna see. Uh, let's get to the another slide. Here we go. Cleaner air, healthier lungs. It's a very straightforward connection. The cleaner the air we breathe, the healthier will be our lungs. If we inject bad quality, polluted air inside our lungs are going to respond in the same way. Our lungs will get damaged, we'll get variety of problems, etc. etc. Uh, so, in urban areas, we know that there are a lot of buildings. A lot of buildings means the building needs energy, the building needs power, etc. Where does this power come from? That come from energy making uh, establishments um like burning of coal heats water and that water becomes steam, and then the steam runs the turbine, and thus how electricity is produced, right? So at the end of the day, this is creating pollution. Now we can purify the air with the help of urban trees. So we'll read the first point here. So this was basically the build up towards it. Air purification. Urban trees are natural air filters absorbing pollutants like carbon dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter. Natural air and polluted air. What would you like to have? Very straightforward answer. We would like to have a natural air. So why do we do things which are generating polluted air? Why do we neglect the fact that we need urban trees? Urban trees are like filters which give out natural air. They absorb the pollutants like carbon dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter. See, carbon dioxide is required in earth, but at a certain at a certain amount only. So I'll go off topic and I'll tell you about the right proportions in what we need. Okay, so 70% of the earth atmosphere is nitrogen, around 26 to 28 percentage is oxygen, and rest of it is small amount of gases like 0.3% carbon dioxide, something sulfur dioxide, something. Okay, now now I would like to talk about the history of earth. So first, so long back ago, oxygen was poison for us. Okay, there were cyanobacteria who used to take carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. Okay, these were cyanobacteria. This is also known as the great oxygenification. How oxygen came into picture. When oxygen rised above a certain limit, the oxygen that was given by the cyanobacteria were responsible for the death of those cyanobacteria. So, and that oxygen is now a life source for us. It is very useful for us. Similarly, now we are giving back carbon dioxide. And now this carbon dioxide will potentially be the reason of our extinction if we don't control it. Okay, so getting back to the topic, urban trees are natural air filters absorbing pollutants like carbon dioxide, ozone, and particulate matter. They help improve air quality and reduce the risk of respiratory diseases. See, if we inhale bad quality air, of course our lungs will get destroyed, our health will get destroyed, will not be able to take a good air, will not be able to breathe, and will get respiratory diseases. To prevent this, urban trees are a must. Let's go to the second point. Oxygen production. Through photosynthesis, trees release oxygen, which is essential for human and animal health. Urban forests have significantly increased the overall oxygen levels in a city. Okay. I guess we were in third or fourth standard when we were taught about photosynthesis, or maybe in third or second standard. I don't know exactly, but we were small when we learned about photosynthesis. What does photosynthesis say? Photosynthesis says that plants require sunlight, carbon dioxide, and chlorophyll through which they absorb sunlight to make their food. There is a simple equation like CO2 plus H, their CO2 plus H2O will give C2H6, C4H6F4, something that glucose all of a C2H6 something something formula, and oxygen will be released. There's a whole lot explanation in this, like how does that happen, that O2 ka molecule, how does that go out of the, that all chemistry and all. I know that I could like explain it with all diagram like that. Organic chemistry, I would like to explain it, but it would be out of scope and it would become really, really relevant. The topic here is urban trees. Okay, so we just have to understand that how photosynthesis work. In this equation, we know that carbon dioxide is taken by the trees and oxygen is given back. Okay, so oxygen is given back and we need oxygen. So you're getting the equation right. Okay, the more amount of trees we plant, the more oxygen we will get, the more filters we will create, so that the pollution that is created by our thriving will be nullified through these filters, aka trees, and this will create sustainability. You getting my point? So, of course, so we saw how it does photosynthesis and all, and like oxygen is really responsible for our and as well as our animals animals health, and it will also increase oxygen levels in our city. Let's go to the third part, cooling effect. You know, at the time I'm making the video over here in Pune, in this summer, the temperatures reached 40 degrees Celsius. Imagine 40 degrees Celsius. It requires 73 or 75 degrees Celsius to burn the skin in 1 second. So it was very, very hot. There are recent news that people are getting heat strokes and they die at this exact moment they get the heat stroke. So I would say that we all are responsible for it. We all have neglected it. We see the the fact that we all neglect it and push it on the others कि नहीं हम नहीं, हमारी गलती नहीं है, हम तो कचरा नहीं फेंकते, वो कचरा फेंकते हैं. But the fact that तुम भी तो उठा सकते थे वो कचरा. You could also have taken the initiative to make sure to tell them कि don't throw your waste away. If you want to throw your waste away, do in systematic manner, segregate the waste, etc., etc. Do these things. You yourself don't do it. I also don't do it, and I am ashamed for that. We have to make sure that we, as a community, make our earth a better living place. We should make sure that the areas are clean, there are more trees available, so that more oxygen is produced, and we have the good we do, the good will return towards us. It's karma. The bad we will do, it will reflect us back in a very bad manner. Cooling effect पे आते हैं. So it is 40 degrees Celsius in Pune right now. People are getting heat strokes, very tough times. But if we reflect onto us and make sure that from next time we will just try to make ourselves reasonable for it, and we will make sure that we do necessary things which contributes towards a better environment. I think if everybody does a small amount of work, it would pile up and it would be regarded as a very good thing which happened to the environment. Let's read it. The shade provided by trees can lower ambient temperatures, counteracting the urban heat islands effect, the air effect, and reducing the need for energy intensive air conditioning. Okay. You know, They say that the one who is the best friend to a vagabond is the tree which will give him the shit. Okay, so how does it do that? So basically, if trees are everywhere, it will cast shade on the ground. The ground will not heat up, and of course, the chain goes on, and the relative temperature will come down. It There's also a connection towards it where the carbon dioxide comes in picture. The more the carbon dioxide, the more the greenhouse gas, the more will be global warming. Global warming means how. So let's see how does global warming happen. Okay, when we emit carbon dioxide, when vehicles emit nitrogen dioxides, it all goes in the atmosphere and makes a layer of carbon dioxide. When sunlight comes to earth, it penetrates the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide and the greenhouse gases don't let the sunlight to escape earth. If our atmosphere wouldn't have been there, all the heat would have been escaped, and it would have been freezing cold over here, just like how it is in the moon. Our moon doesn't has an atmosphere, so the heat coming from the earth is reflected back, so the surface is very cold, unlike ours, which has a suitable climate. Our earth has a suitable climate. That is one of the many important reasons through which we are alive here. Now now the thing is, wait, I'll just keep it here. Where I was. Now the thing is that global warming has increased. The sunlight which should have escaped is not escaping, so heat rises, and thus global warming happens. Again, what is the solution? Plant more trees. Let's get to the another part of it. Let me just adjust it. Let's go. Improving mental well-being. Now, just imagine a day where you and everyone is like working very hard. We are students, right? We can imagine that. अभी तो बेशक छुट्टियां चल रही हैं, पर when the college starts, we will get so busy with the submissions, the submissions, the all the things that we have to do. We will be very stressed out. Now imagine being that stressed out and going to now imagine being that stressed out and going to a garden where there are a lot of trees. How refreshed would you feel, right? Exactly uh, what this slide is all about. Trees make the nature more beautiful, more responsive, more welcoming, and thus it makes sure that our stress are reduced, our we have cognitive benefits, and it promotes healing. Let's read it. Studies have shown that spending times in green places, such as urban parks and tree-linked streets, can scientifically reduce stress and anxiety levels. The calming presence of nature has a profound impact on mental health. Exactly what I told you right now. A walk with your dog. वाह, rhyme हुआ. A walk with your dog in a park will be so good, right? नहीं मिला रहा इसका rhyming, but कोई बात नहीं. would be very good. Focus. Let's think about the cognitive benefits. Exposure to urban greenery has been linked to improved cognitive function. Mhm. Really agree with that statement. Like exposure to urban greenery has been linked to improved cognitive function. Agreed. Increased attention span and better memory retention. This is really required by our students right now. I also require this. I have a very low attention span, and I have short-term memory loss usually. So I think I have to be around nature a lot. Tree provide a restorative environment that can enhance overall mental performance. Agreed. Like the same thing that I told you. Let's continue. Promoting when we have done this. Okay. Very good PPT shows the very thing that I'm talking about, the greenery, the things that I talked about right now. Very nice. Well done. Meanwhile, I would really want to thank this app. What is it? Gamma dot app, which made the PPT for me. Really good within seconds. Made the PPT. Nice. Really helpful for students and working professionals also who have to make PPT. Beautiful PPTs. This is an AI generated image. If something like this happens, done, sold. Very nicely done. What a place. I would like to go there every day. New York City, successful urban greening projects. New York City, the High Line, a repurposed elevated railway line, has transformed a neglected industry area into a vibrant tree-lined public park, drawing millions of visitors each year and serving as a model for urban renewal projects around the world. Curitiba, Brazil. Brazil extensive network of parks, tree-lined boulevards, and an innovative bus rapid transit system have made it a global leader in sustainable urban development with a focus on integrating nature into the city's infrastructure. Nice. Singapore City in a Garden initiative has transformed the city-state into a lush green oasis with trees and greenery integrated throughout the urban landscape, providing numerous environmental and social benefits to residents. Really good projects that had been implemented by New York, USA, Brazil, and Singapore. Kudos to them. Great work, guys. The benefits of urban trees. Air quality. Exactly what I talked about. Air quality. Urban trees remove harmful pollutants from the air, including particulate matter, nitrogen oxides, and ozone, helping to improve respiratory health and reduce the risk of respiratory diseases. Temperature regulation. The shade provided by tree can lower ambient temperatures, mitigating the urban heatland effect and reducing the need for energy intensive air conditioning, resulting in both environmental and economic benefits. Mental well-being. Exposure to urban greenery has been shown to reduce stress, improve cognitive function, and promote healing, contributing the overall mental and physical health of residents. Biodiversity. Urban trees provide important habitats for wide range of wildlife, including birds, insects, and small mammals, helping to maintain and enhance biodiversity in urban areas. These all things I've told you already. Barriers of urban greening. Really good topic. limited space in dense urban environments, available land for planting trees and creating green spaces often scarce, posing a significant challenge for city planners and policymakers. It's really a drawback that we have gone so ahead in urbanization that we don't have now space to plant trees. अब घर तो नहीं तोड़ सकते कि चलो ट्री लगाना है वहाँ पे. So we have to smartly integrate trees in the already urbanized area. How do we do that? I have a solution. We can make sure that we dig up a small amount of concrete that has been laid and plant a tree there along the footwalk. Wherever there is a road, a bunch of trees should lie there. Wow, would be a really good idea to implement. Second, second barrier as such would be uh, second barrier as such would be implementing and maintaining urban greening initiatives can be resource intensive, requiring dedicated funding and budget that are often limited in many cities. Hmm. See, I don't think budget should be a problem here because it directly affects our health and our lifestyle. For a better, why do we earn? We earn so that we could make our lifestyle better. A better lifestyle will lead to a better health, and a better health will enable us to make more money, and more money will make our lifestyle better, and this cycle goes on. So why aren't we implementing it? Why aren't we giving the budget to forestify our urbanized land? um, that's my opinion, but there may be many constraints of it. There may be more of things, but I don't see as such. There are so many corrupt officers the in the whole planet. In every party there are corrupt people. If a small amount of their corruption is also taken out, this problem could be solved. Similarly, how poverty can be solved in 5 years, but they don't do that because of course they are the vote bank and all the whole narrative. They should really make sure that the cities remain green and our lifestyle can get significantly upward push. Funding constraints, implementing and maintaining urban greening initiatives can be resource intensive, requiring dedicated funding and budget that are often limited in cities. Really good point, but it's subjective. Let's go to the next point. Maintenance challenges. Ensuring the long-term health and survival of urban trees requires ongoing maintenance, such as pruning, watering, and disease management, which can be logistically and financially challenging. See, we have to make sure that we have to make a start first. थिंकिंग दैट कि वो होगा फिर हम उसका ख्याल कैसे रखेंगे वो बात की बात है. First we have to start, right? We have to make sure that some trees grow. Even if some die, some will be there, right? Something is better than nothing. And usually trees don't die out very fast. Even if you cut a tree, the surrounding trees give that tree a nutrition. They they join their roots, they make sure that they become a part of their own, and they can give them supply of nutrients. This what do we say, this saline, uh, they can give this saline, they can give this drip to them for hundreds of years, because they believe that if one of us is dead, we are all dead. The health of the forest is the major priority for them. I guess we should learn something from them, and we should make sure that we save them accordingly. Next, अब बहुत हो गई बुरी बातें. Let's get to the solution. Now, how will we make it? How will we overcome it? How will we make sure that without implementing a stop on our thriving, we get to some innovative solutions? Let's read it. Overcoming barriers, innovative solutions. Vertical gardening. Maximizing limited space by incorporating vertical gardening techniques such as living walls and rooftop greenery can help expand the urban tree canopy and increase green coverage in dense cities. So this means that we are implementing greenery not in a horizontal order but in a vertical order. Really good way to, really innovative. Community engagement, involving local residents in the planning and maintenance of urban greening projects, can foster a sense of ownership and commitment, while leveraging community resources and volunteering efforts to see. If you plant your own tree, you will make sure that till your last breath you will save that tree, because it's your tree. You have a sense of belonging to it. You have, if you take care of it, you make an emotional bond with it, and then you will make sure that you don't overfeed the tree, or you don't over starve the tree. Okay, so this could be a very good thing. It's a little psychological. Innovative funding models, exploring alternatives funding sources such as public private partnerships, crowdfunding platforms, and green bonds can help city overcome financial barriers and secure the necessary resources. Agreed. Really good innovative solutions. What happened to their faces? Damn, they're scary. Of course, it's an AI generated. What all can be expect? And it's also free. Let's get back to the role of city planners and policymakers. Nagar Sevak. Hmm. Integrated planning. Incorporating urban trees and green spaces into the overall city planning process rather than treating them as an afterthought is crucial for ensuring a well designed, sustainable urban environment. Let's read it again. It's a very good point, and I would like to elaborate upon it. Incorporating urban trees and green spaces into overall city planning process rather than treating them as an afterthought is a crucial for a well designed sustainable environment. See, if you want to make an sustainable urban city, that urban city design should already have the urban tree layout in it. Let me repeat. If you want to make a good urban city design, you have to implement the green trees, the urban trees, at the time of planning the city. You cannot afford to look it as an afterthought, because planning requires everything. Planning is everything. अगर सब कुछ कच्चा ही बना दोगे, अगर सब कुछ कंक्रीट कर दोगे तो प्लांट कहाँ लगाओगे? अगर पहले प्लांट लगा दोगे तो हमारा थ्राइविंग कम हो जाएगा, क्योंकि वहाँ पे फिर अच्छे से अपन अर्बनाइजेशन नहीं कर पाएंगे. सो अर्बनाइजिंग and implementing urban trees in it should be done at the same time, and that would actually mean an urban city to me. So that's a very good point. नगर सेवक को ये ध्यान रखना चाहिए जो कर रहा है. Okay, supportive policies. Implementing policies that incentivizes and mandate the inclusion of urban trees in new developments, as well as protection and preservation of existing trees, can drive the greening of cities. Okay, so I would give you an example. Okay, India has one of the largest railway networks in the world. How do you think this railway networks are maintained? कैसे मेंटेन किया जाता है इतना बड़ा रेलवे नेटवर्क? So the solution to it was कि रेलवे ट्रैक्स के आजू बाजू जो लोग रहते हैं वो उन रेलवे ट्रैक्स का ध्यान रखेंगे. यू गेटिंग इट? द पीपल लिविंग alongside the railway track should go and inspect the railway, and for that they get incentives, they get paid, and it's a really successful thing. They get paid nicely and they get to do the work. It's employment generation. It's even helping that to maintain such a large network. Similarly, we have to do with trees. आपके एरिया के जितनी ट्रीज हैं उसका ध्यान आप रखेंगे. क्या इसके लिए हमें इंसेंटिव्स की ज़रूरत है? मिल रहे तो बहुत अच्छी बात है. नहीं भी मिल रहे, सो वी आर गेटिंग क्लीन एयर, वी आर गेटिंग better lifestyle. What all do we want? I'm asking you, what extra thing you want? Just making sure that your environment is good. Your environment, right? You are getting better air, you are getting that. पैसे का क्या कर लोगे? सुट्टा ही पियोगे जाके, गलत हरकतें ही करोगे जाके, खुद का बिगाड़ोगे. इससे अच्छा अगर एक ट्री का ध्यान रख लिया हमने. आई एम टॉकिंग टू यू, लुक एट मी, टॉकिंग टू यू. इफ वी सेव a tree, then we will able to get oxygen, we'll get cleaner air, we'll make many filters. And I would like to question colleges and many other institutions. This thing is basically a project. I have to make a project on so basically I have to upload 10 to 12 videos on awareness of environment stuff and that. The the hypocrisy here is they will not take soft copies, they will take hard copies, and then that hard copy is thrown out. They just check it blindly and the copies are thrown out. The copy is saying save trees, so that could have been done in soft copy, but they want hard copy for everything, for everything. एक नहीं, दो xerox चाहिए. How are you saving trees? Imagine I made a report of 50 pages, somebody makes a report of 100 pages. Our class has 70 plus students, the whole college has over 150 students. There are over 1000 some colleges in our city, or in a state. Imagine the amount of paper wastage that could have been done by a soft copy. That's the irony that I face here, but कोई बात नहीं, हमें तो प्लेसमेंट लेनी है. Okay, dedicated funding. Securing dedicated funding streams for urban greening, whether through municipal budget grants, a innovative financial model as okay, it's always about funding. कोई बात नहीं. The path forward, the greener and healthier future. By prioritizing the integration of urban trees and greener space into overall city planning and design process, we can create more livable, sustainable, and resilient urban environments that benefit both people and planet. Empowering communities. Engaging and empowering local communities to participate in planning, implementation, and maintenance of urban greening projects can foster a sense of interest and people who live in these areas. Fostering partnership, collaboration between cities and government, environment organization. So, so I would like to conclude here. I'm very thankful that you. I don't think anybody has watched this till the end. Like only two or three people will watch it, including me. And I don't think anybody will watch it till the end. So I should not be thanking anyone, but thank you if somebody is has listened me to till the last. It was all freestyle. Okay, मैंने कुछ prepare नहीं किया था. I was just me slide बना दी trees पे ठीक है जो है बड़बड़ करके आ जाऊंगा. Just like that. कोई बात नहीं. Nice. Thank you. If anybody has stayed. Bye bye.